What's up, guys? Today we'll be taking a look at Team HTB crew from the 2009 Race-O-Rama Diecast collection. This is DB43 here, as always, back with another Diecast review. HTB here, of course, is one of the sponsors in Cars 1. Happens to be the sponsor of McQueen's main racing rival in Cars 1, of course, Chick Hicks. You guys all know who Chick Hicks is. I finally was able to get his team set after 8 years of it being out in stores. Not in stores, but being available in general. You can still get it online, but it has increased in price for sure over the years. I was lucky enough to get this for my birthday from my amazing parents. The first time I was even able to review this and upload this for you guys. I know it took a while, but we finally have it here. Obviously, we will be comparing these guys to Chick Hicks along with the hauler that was released as well, the Chick Hicks hauler, or aka Raw Tango. So let's get right into this review, shall we? So of course, this set was actually re-released 2 times, or not re-released 2 times, it was actually released 2 times. The first release was in the 2009 Race-O-Rama packaging, which is the packaging that it has right now, and then it got re-released the year after that in the Final Lap collection, and the only main difference though, is that it came with the Final Lap packaging, you know, like that blue type of video game sort of design, I guess you can call it, when this had the red and yellow and blue design to it, because this was released in 2009. Those are really the main differences between them, and they contain both the same cars. Anyway, let's go right into this. So as you guys see, we have Team HTB crew in black text on this like white ticket format thing. This is what they use for name tags as a design for 2009. We have an art of Chick up there, the World of Cars, Warren Chogan Hazard, the HTB logo, Hostile Takeover Bank with some balloons. The background, you can kind of see like the Piston Cup Speedway, Motor Speedway of the South as the background. Fun fact, that is actually what I use for some of my thumbnails. Piston Cup Nights right there with the Racing Series logo. And of course right here, it signifies to you guys that this was actually a Target exclusive pack. On the back, you can see Team HTB crew itself, along with 2 other teams. This one, which I'm very happy to have, Team Diecasts crew. I reviewed that before. And this one, which I do not have yet, which actually I think is the least expensive one out of all of the Piston Cup teams that they released. Team Leakless, so hopefully I can get this one down. I don't think it's too expensive, which is kind of a surprise. Collect them all in the World of Cars logo. Enough talking, and let's take Team HTB crew here out of the package. I'll be right back to you guys when I have it completely out of the package, and we'll review it. So all of them are unboxed, all of them look great. This is my 3rd team set review and my 3rd team set that I have ever gotten. The first 2 were obviously Team Octane and Team Diecasts crew. I reviewed both of those, and now I have my 3rd one, Team HTB. The only ones I am missing are Team Leakless, Team Nitrate, and Team Bumper Save. And 2 out of those 3 are very, very expensive nowadays, so hopefully I will be able to acquire all of them, because if so, then I have every single team set released. But nonetheless, let's get right into this diecast review. So we're gonna start with the pitties, and then the crew chief, and then we'll save the tires and the toolbox for last. So we're gonna move the tires and toolbox back here. We're gonna start with one of the tall pitties. So yeah, it does come with 2 tall pitties, which is kind of strange, and I guess it kind of makes sense too, because I don't remember seeing any short Chick Hicks pitties in the movie. I haven't seen Cars in a while, like I haven't watched it recently, but I can probably look up pictures online and see if there actually was a small Chick Hicks pitty in the movie. But this set comes with 2 tall pitties and 1 wide pit, which is kind of random because most of the team sets, or actually every single one except for this one, comes with 3 different model pitties. This comes with the 2 of the same model, so I guess it's nice, a little change, but still, it's kind of difficult. I think this is Bruiser Bukowski, not entirely sure. I actually think this one is, because I remember him having brown eyes, so this one's Bruiser. So we're going to take a look at the unknown pitty right now, so let's take a look at him. He looks like he's questioning something in his expression, which I do like because it gives the character a personality. Very hard to see his mouth because his forklifts kind of block it. By the way, his forklifts are plastic, not movable, of course. Of course, he has a mustache to represent Chick Hicks himself, since Chick Hicks is the Piston Cup racer, known for his mustache, I guess. So all the pitties wear the mustaches as well. It would have been cool if the crew chief had a mustache as well, but he does not, which would have definitely made it a lot more better, in my opinion. But it is accurate to the movie, so I'm not complaining. We have blue eyes with flat eyelids, the black outline around the windshield. Of course, HTB, Hostile Takeover Bank. So I guess Hostile Takeover Bank might be the equivalent of a bank, obviously, since it says Hostile Takeover Bank in the little slogan that they have. His wheels are yellow, which does match Chick Hicks as well, because his rims are yellow. And of course, on the base right here is actually green, which is kind of interesting, because it matches the rest of the color of his body. Normally, the bases are black or gray. This one's actually green, held together by 2 rivets, it looks looks like. And of course, it says HTB again on the hat portion right here. Whatever you want to call it. He has like this extra stuff on the back. I'm not exactly sure what they were. I guess they're like pocket holders if you were to be a human. And they try to implement that into a pity, which I guess they kind of succeeded, but kind of not in a way. But they're just this stuff that is on most of the pities on the back of them. I never really understood them. And yeah, I just already went over the base, Disney, Pixar, all that good stuff. Alright guys, so now let's get on to this one here, which is the other tall pig. This one actually does have a name. His name is Bruiser Bukowski. Fun fact is I think he was actually the very first pig to ever be released. He was released even before My Name Is Not Chuck, which is the pity of the main racer in Cars 3, Lightning McQueen, obviously. So now let's take a look at him, and now it looks like he's looking off to the corner, and it looks like he's smiling as well. Like I said, super hard to see his mouth, but I think he's smiling, or he could be frowning as well. Both of them could depict that. Brown eyes, flat eyelids, of course, he also maintains the mustache, and now he actually has a black base, and he has a green base. This is what I don't get. Maybe mine's an error, I'm not entirely sure. It could be an error, but I doubt it's an error, but if it is, it's still very cool, and honestly makes it more valuable, which makes you also happy to have it. But here are the two different bases right there. Let me check if this guy has a black base. Yeah, he also has a black base, and so does the crew chief as well. So I guess this one is kind of special for not having a black base. He's the only one in the set who doesn't have that, and his base actually matches the color of the rest of his body. Nonetheless, now let's take a look at the last pity, which is the wide pity, the only pity that is different from the other two right here. I like to call him the wide pity because I think that's a nice name for him. And he's not named though, he just has an unknown name, so I just call him Wide Chick Hicks Pity. So let's take a look at him. Of course, hard to see his mouth once again with the blue eyes, flat eyelids. You can see the difference in the pity models. This one seems to be a lot more skinnier. This one kind of looks to be wired, like the front portion. It kind of like swerves off. You kind of know what I'm talking about. And of course, the sizes, they're exactly the same. The lengths look to be a little bit different. Like this one extends out a little bit longer, so that's one main difference. And then of course the windows are a different shape, which also shows the different models right there, because this one is kind of more non-squared off. Like this one here, it kind of goes more into a rectangle. This one, it kind of goes into like a quadrilateral or something like that. On the back right here, it even looks to be a bigger type of drawing and stuff like that. But yeah, those are the main differences between the two pity models. His cap is also a lot more shorter than the one on the tall pity model, just so you guys can see the comparisons and differences between those two Piston Cup pity models. Now let's take a look at the crew chief. He is also unnamed, unfortunately, and what I find very odd is that he actually does not have HTB logos like the pities do. He actually has Chick Hicks 86 logos, so it did make him unique from all the other Piston Cup crew chiefs, but I just find it kind of odd how he's not having the sponsor. Instead, he has the name of the racer, and of course, once Chick Hicks retires, and there would be a new HTB racer, which honestly I doubt that ever happened, but in case there were to be, he obviously wouldn't have to have Chick Hicks anymore since he wouldn't be the racer. But yeah, I just find it kind of odd how it's actually saying Chick Hicks 86 and not the sponsor itself, but it still does make him unique, so I guess it's kind of cool. And of course, he looks super confident and determined. He is kind of a villain if you think about it, since he is the crew chief of the main racer, and he didn't seem like he was mad at Chick or anything. It looked like he was supporting Chick. Obviously he has to since this is racer, but he was sort of villain-like in the movie as well, even though he barely was even seen. He did have some speaking lines though. We have a grill right there with the headlights, the same Chick Hicks 86 logo on the sides, the yellow rims. I like how they all have yellow rims, by the way. I think that's a really nice similarity, especially since Chick Hicks also has yellow Piston Cup rims. There is the bed portion of his trunk and the license plate, which we'll need to zoom in for this. Looks like it says 26M3L. Not sure if anyone else has the same license plate. Hopefully, he's the only one, because Mattel tends to reuse license plates very often. Team Chick Hicks here appeared in Cars 1, not Cars 2 or Cars 3. Obviously, did not appear in Cars 2, and definitely not in Cars 3 since there was no HTB racer. But in Cars 1, it did have a very prominent role, especially the pities during the last race, because they were trying to trash talk Guido, and then, of course, Guido proved them wrong and their mustaches fell, which is a pretty funny moment in the movie. But the one scene that I remember the chief talking is right when Chick realizes that McQueen did not take a stop to the pits, and he also was able to manage to get through that crash without wrecking that he caused at the motor speed of the South Face, the very beginning race of Cars 1, and then he realized that he needed to get out there fast, and the Crew chief was telling him that he needs to get out there fast, something like that. I'll show a picture on the screen though, so you guys can get it a little bit more. Of course, let's not forget about the 2 accessories. So, of course, you got your tires here, which are the accurate color, but unfortunately, they don't say light year on them, so that's 1 inaccuracy. Same with this tire as well. It comes with 2 stacks of tires, 2 for each, and of course, the HTB toolbox with the silver lines for the drawers and the HTB logo. Here we are, the full complete team for HTB. We got your 3 pitties, the crew chief, stacks of tires, a toolbox, a hauler, a cab, and of course your racer chick kicks. All of them definitely look great together. All of them match perfectly in my opinion. And let me know in the comment section down below which is your favorite member of Team Hostile Tinkle or Bank. And fun fact for this video is that this was actually one of the sponsors that did not return in Cars 3. Most likely it went bankrupt. I will wrap up this video right now. This is going to do it for Team HTB crew right here. Hope everyone who did watch enjoyed my review of it. Let me know your rating on this team set. In my opinion, this is a very nice team set, especially since it came with mostly new cars. So thank you guys so much for your creative support recently, and I'll see you guys next time for another video. Peace out.